Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what? It's quite mad that we still haven't, set up or settled the situation of the sponsorship matter in the front of our shirt, which is a huge matter. 4 matches in, and we still don't have a front of the shirt sponsor, which is so odd for a football club of our size. And when the players come out and there's literally empty, even though the shirt looks brilliant without any sponsors, but obviously for a huge club like us, it's still very strange. So look who's come in. The Saudis always find a way to somehow join our football club. So we'll talk about that. There's some bits and pieces in regards to Kepa and Tammy Abraham as well. I want to talk about our owner, specifically Todd Boehly, savvy business people. Chelsea Football Club. One thing we are going to be very good in our business. So let's talk about all of this. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. News that is breaking at the moment. Let's start from the top. Chelsea in talks with Saudi Riyadh Air over becoming the new shirt sponsor. This is coming from Adam Crafton. This is just literally dropped a moment ago. I mean, we still haven't finalized our shirt sponsorship situation as yet, which it doesn't look good when a club of our size, as I said, we should have this done and dusted immediately. Not that we've not been trying. I think our initial approach was Paramount Plus, I believe. The one that Inter Milan has. Brilliant sponsor, looks really good, but that was blocked by the Premier League because apparently TV rights clash. The Premier League, they don't want Paramount to have, I believe Paramount are showing Premier League or something like that in the United States, and some reason or another it apparently clashes with the whole scenario with the Premier League, and that's why it's not been taken up. That I thought that was a legitimate sponsorship there, but that wasn't allowed. Then we went with a gambling company. Can't remember which the name of that gambling company, which was massively disregarded in the fan base, massively put down by the fan base, and the owners swiftly moved on to somewhat of a OnlyFans type of a sponsorship. I think it was called My Club or something like that, but that might have been a bit of a fake news. Apparently they were planning to get Mbappe if they got My Club in, but we swiftly moved away from that, and then it came in with Infinite Athletic, I think that's their name, or Infinite Athlete, which it looks like still we might be able to have them as our sponsor for one season, and I'm going to go through the news with you guys with that. But once again, that one also has a lot of doubt and confusion with the Premier League, because Infinite Athlete, they are a particular company that is formed recently by our owners, a company that our owners were dealing with, a data company that owners were dealing with. And this new company, Infinite Athlete, is that data company coming with another company and forming a partnership. So it looks like there is some sort of, something not completely clear on Infinite Athlete as well. It looks like it is somewhat run by our own people in and around. So we'll talk about all of this. But coming back to this Saudi Riyadh Air, I mean, Saudis, ladies and gentlemen, I've got no issues with this particular sponsorship. I think it's a very lucrative sponsorship, but I know a lot of people have reservations on having Saudi money coming into us. Look, we've done quite a lot of business in the summer window. We've sent a lot of our players to Saudi Arabia, and Clearlake Capital already has Saudi investors, Saudi shareholders. So there was issues around the whole scenario that Newcastle are owned by Saudi Arabia, PIF Group. Is there any Saudi monies that's trickling into Chelsea Football Club as well? Don't be surprised if there is. I won't even be surprised if down the track, in the distant future, if one day Saudis are the ones that take over from Chelsea from Todd Boehly and Baghdad Iqbali and buy Chelsea Football Club. So are we one day setting this up for them down the track? A lot of people also has other political issues around Saudi Arabia, and they don't want this particular, um, you know, sponsorship to come in. But as I said, for me, look, uh, yeah, some may say, "Oh, Miz, you've got issues with gambling, but then you don't have issues with." And this is where I guess I need to draw a line. I'll probably have to be comfortable with that. I think each of us have our own sort of perceptions in life as to what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. I completely understand if some people have issues around Saudi Arabia and what some of the political stuff, the mischievous stuff, I suppose you can say, that they get up to while we allowing them to come in. But that's, once again, as I said, that's for each and every one of you guys to decide. Me, I'm just going to keep it real from now on. I suppose um, when you get too deep into the nitty gritty of what their source of income is, or what their political background is, or this, that, the other, things get really, really, cloudy, and then that's when you have to step away from all of this. Much like what I did the last time when the betting company came in, I got a lot of abuse. I got a lot of abuse because a lot of people didn't feel and understand the same way I felt about the situation, and that was more of a personal take. But maybe we need to keep that personal take away, and keep it very real for Chelsea Football Club at the end of the day. Yeah, whoever is willing to sponsor and give us the most money, that probably makes sense. So look at this. Chelsea executives hosted representatives from Saudi state airline Riyadh Air and pitched a potential front of shirt sponsorship deal as the club continued talks with a number of companies to grow their commercial revenue. This is coming from Adam Crafton as well. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, what you feel about that. It needs to be sorted. This whole sponsorship situation has to be sorted ASAP. We need someone in, and we need to bring that sponsorship money in ASAP. Chelsea hosted and pitched through Saudi nationals airline Riyadh Air this week as club continues search for long-term short shirt sponsor, one of several, including betting firm Kayun in mix. There you go. There's also another betting firm that is in line to perhaps be the sponsor of Chelsea Football Club. Club want 60 million per year across men and women's teams. So that's a lot of money. And this is what I want to harp on now. One thing, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea Football Club are doing is we are smart with our business. There is no doubting this. And this is where I think some of the fans within the fan base is a bit concerned. Like, is Chelsea all about business now? I fully understand that football clubs need to have that business sense, of course, because at the end of the day, the owners want to make some money out of it. But from a fan's perspective, we want to see trophies, we want to see glory. We don't want to just see business, business, business. But one thing for sure, Chelsea is undoubtedly leading the race at the moment, in my opinion, across all the other clubs is that I think we've got absolute business savvy people. We've got people that will ensure Chelsea Football Club's accounts are always in mint condition, and we're always finding loopholes and this, that, the other. So, look, 60 million per year. If we can land that, that'll be fantastic. Riyadh Air are owned by Saudi PIF, who majority own Newcastle, which means Newcastle owners via PIF indirectly aid Chelsea, but equally CFG, parent of Man City, shareholders Silver Lake are investors in Infinite Athlete, which this is the one that we've been talking about in recent times, that they're probably the ones that will give us the sponsorship, and I think they're still going to be, but it might just be the 1 year contract. But see how all these money, it's all connected to each other. It's a little bit too suspicious for me. Saudi PIF Group, Riyadh Air are owned by Saudi PIF, and Saudi PIF pretty much owns everything in Saudi Arabia. So I'm not surprised that Riyadh Air are owned by them as well, who own Newcastle. So we'll see if the Premier League accepts all of this. And as Adam Crafton has put out here, at the end of the day, Man City are also somewhat linked with us too. So interesting what is going on. The expected deal with Infinite Athletes, subject to Premier League approval, is likely to be single-year commitment. As such, Chelsea seeking a multi-year deal that would start from next season. Betting firm Kayun are also in the mix. So Infinite Athlete only for 1 year, and then after that, multi-year sponsorship with either Kayun or Saudi. As we saw over here, Riyadh Air. Chelsea are looking to bag a lot of money. Now, another contender for the front of the shirt sponsorship, as we said, betting website Kayun Sport, coming from Adam Crafton. This is their logo. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why I was telling you guys that our owners are very, very business savvy, and our board are obviously, taking those orders and religiously ensuring that from a business standpoint, Chelsea never misses out. Check this out. This is another example. In the cases of Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and several others who departed in this window, Chelsea insisted on the inclusion of sell-on clauses that could net them further income in the future years. So this is something our previous owners probably weren't that good at in terms of making sure we were winning from the business standpoint. But this ownership, they are not losing from business. Look at this. All these players with bagged money. But if they do move in the future anywhere else, players like Ruben Loftus-Cheek showing really, really good confidence, good performances so far in the early parts of the season. Same with Christian Pulisic as well. Yeah, they could potentially move on to other clubs, and we could keep making money from them. So that is another area where Chelsea are looking to create a new stream of income. Check this out. At the start of July, Todd Boehly had an estimated net worth of 5.18 billion, according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index. That was a huge rise from 4.2 billion the year before, and continues a large and consistent growth by Boehly. One thing's for certainty, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Boehly is not in the business with Chelsea to lose money. He's in the business at Chelsea to make sure he's making a lot of money out of Chelsea. So this is what I said in All You Can Eat Chelsea. If you have missed out on that particular show, do check that out. We just finished that show about a couple of hours ago. I said we need to monitor. We need to monitor what our owners are doing and what our board, what direction our board's going, which is obviously a directive from the owners. Is it really about winning? Is winning actually important? Because clearly looks like you can still be a profitable club without winning stuff. You just need to be able to move and shift things around from a business standpoint very, very smartly. Look at Todd Boehly. And I'm pretty sure this isn't just based off Chelsea, because his stake at Chelsea is probably not that huge. But the message I'm trying to drive here is that people like Todd Boehly and Baghdad Iqbali, they don't come and buy a football club with the amount of money that they did buy it for to make a loss. They come here to make a profit. And I think all of these long-term contracts to secure player value, selling academy products for pure profit, bulking up the balance sheet by bringing in all of these young players all across the world for cheap amount of money, doing all of these clauses, sell-on clauses, and looking for lucrative sponsorships. It's great. It is good. Looks fantastic from a fan's perspective. Yeah, we're bringing in the money, but is it just all about the money? We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. So now let's move on to the next topic. Let me know about all of that in the comment section, what you feel about that, what we just spoke about, the sponsorships, about owners being business savvy. And is it all about the business at Chelsea Football Club? Now, check this out. Kepa, I faced Real 3 times with Chelsea. When I arrived, I always turned left to the visitors' dressing room, but I wanted to turn right to the local dressing room. Now playing with Madrid at the new Bernabeu is a pleasure. This guy, look, for someone who's on loan, you're showing a lot of love for Real Madrid, and that's fine. Make sure you don't come back to Chelsea Football Club. It's as simple as that. This is probably a bit too much love, and it looks like you don't really want to come back to Chelsea, and that's fine. We don't really actually want you back. Hopefully, now Real Madrid at the end of this season can put up a nice bid, and we can make some good money out of Kepa as well, because Kepa cost us a lot of money. I know his book value will reduce as his years on the contracts are reducing, which is fine, but Real Madrid, you better pay some smart money, man. We'll see how Courtois comes back, and I don't think he's coming back this season. I think he's done his ACL, and for a, for a footballer, and equally for a goalkeeper, right? Very important that your knee is, absolutely solid, because goalkeepers are going to have to jump, dive. That knee will definitely take a bit of a hit. So if Kepa becomes a strong and brilliant goalkeeper for Real Madrid, that only bodes well for us. And I hope Real Madrid come in with some big money. Next up, Roma striker Tammy Abraham would be keen on a return to the Premier League in the summer of 2024, with the deal of Chelsea's Romelu Lukaku potentially paving the way for the move to go through. Look, do you know what? Tammy Abraham actually has improved at Roma under Jose Mourinho, but this boat has sailed. This boat has sailed a long time ago. I can't picture how he comes in at Chelsea Football Club. Um, he's been tried and tested at Chelsea. Yeah, he's bagged goals, but he's another one of those players. I don't think he can carry us to a title if that's what we're going for right down the track. But yeah, there is a link now. Obviously, we've sent Romelu Lukaku to Roma, and we've done a variation on his deal where there is an exit clause. Well, there is a release clause for I think 35 or 37 million pounds. So if Roma are looking to trigger that and somehow offset that by sending Tammy Abraham to us, there is a potential that this could happen. And don't forget, Tammy Abraham is an academy product. So having him back, for instance, for free, if we can, by giving Roma Romelu Lukaku, then you can potentially sell Tammy Abraham for pure profit as well. So there is that, implication that's floating around with Tammy Abraham. But for me, that boat has sailed. For me, Tammy Abraham, I don't think can lead Chelsea's line. But you let me know. You let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the latest in Chelsea news. I'll try and do a live later on tonight, UK time, roughly around 10 p.m. ish. So do tune in for that. I want to talk about something interesting. There's a lot of people in social media that's trying to say, don't panic, don't panic. Chelsea's fine. Look at the stats. They're very much focused on the stats. So we might talk about that. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time. See ya.